KURINJI Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
KURINJI Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Okay, so students, so now continuation of second video. So in biodiversity and conservation there. So half of the information I have given related to the India. Now somewhat remaining information I would like to give you. So that is wildlife in India. So India has 3 biomes. So these are all points important related to the NEET examination concern. So this entire information for public examination point of view not required, but public NEET examination point of view important. Wildlife in India. So India has 3 biomes. So one more time, India has 3 biomes. So what are those? Tropical humid forest, tropical dry or deciduous forest. Next one, warm deserts or semi deserts. So likewise there are 3 different types of biomes we are observing in our India. One more time, India has 3 biomes. So what are those? Tropical humid forest, tropical dry or deciduous forest, and third one is warm deserts or semi deserts. So likewise there are 3 different types of biomes are there in India. Next one, India has 3 hot spots. So India has 3 hot spots. What are those? Western Ghats or Sri Lanka, Indo-Burma region, and one more is Eastern Himalayan region. So here Western Ghats and Sri Lanka, Indo-Burma region, and one more is Eastern Himalayan region. So likewise there are 3 hot spots we are observing. So this point is important for NEET examinations. One more time, in our India 3 hot spots. So try to learn while this explanation is going on. First one is Western Ghats with Sri Lanka, Indo-Burma region, and one more is Eastern Himalayan region. So likewise there are 3 different types of hot spots we are observing in our India. Next one, India has totally 10 ecological regions. So here 10 ecological regions I didn't write, number at least, number you try to save in your mind. India has 10 ecological regions. India has 10 ecological regions. So next one, India has one of the 12 gene pool centers. So India has one of the, or India is one of the 12 gene pool centers. So there definitely like mega diversity countries, like mega biodiversity countries. So here our India is one of the 12 gene pool centers. Next one, India has 5 world heritage sites of biodiversity. So likewise there are 5 different types of world heritage sites are also all there. So this point also is important. So often they are asking in a NEET examination. So that is this, India has 5 world heritage sites of biodiversity. So first one is, so while after come my explanation, so let us learn all together. So Kaziranga National Park. Kaziranga National Park present in Assam. So try to learn by one more time. Kaziranga National Park present in Assam. Manas National Park present in Assam. Sundarbans National Park present in West Bengal. One more time, Sundarbans National Park present in West Bengal. Manas National Park present in Assam. Next one, Kaziranga National Park present in Assam. Next one, fourth one, Keolodo Ghana National Park. So complete name try to remember. Keolodo Ghana National Park present in Rajasthan. Next one, Nanda Devi National Park present in Uttarakhand. Nanda Devi National Park present in Uttarakhand. Means likewise there are in our India 5 World Heritage Sites of biodiversity. So this point is important. There are 5 different types of heritage sites are there of biodiversity. So what are those? First one is Kaziranga National Park in Assam, Manas National Park in Assam, Sundarbans National Park in West Bengal, Keolodo Ghana National Park Rajasthan, Nanda Devi National Park Uttarakhand. I hope you understood. So try to remember all these 5 heritage sites of biodiversity present in our India. So simply, so 2 are present in Assam. First one is Kaziranga National Park, Manas National Park. Next one is present in West Bengal, that is Sundarbans National Park. Next one in Rajasthan, Keolodo Ghana National Park. Next one in Uttarakhand, Nanda Devi National Park. Present in Uttarakhand. Next one. So here endemism concerned. So here a lot of information is there related to our India. So endemism in Indian biodiversity is very high. Endemism is nothing but suppose here if any kind of specific plants or the animals present in particular regions, means so such kind of plants or the animals which are not present in throughout the like globe or throughout the world, so means which are restricted to the particular regions and which are not appear in another places. So such kind of species we will be calling as endemic species. So now here the endemism is a phenomenon. Now the endemism of Indian biodiversity is very high. Endemism in our Indian biodiversity is very high. Now about 33% of the recorded flora is endemic in our India, means recorded flora point of view. So here the flora point of view, so 33% of the recorded flora is endemic in our India. So don't forget, so endemism in our Indian biodiversity is very high. So very I didn't write, but is high. Next one, 33% of the recorded flora is endemic. Next one, 62% of the non-amphibian species are endemic. So these percentages also important. 33% recorded flora is endemic. 62% of amphibians species are endemic, with the majority of the occurring is present in Western Ghats. So here these Western Ghats, so definitely in so many examinations they are asking. So means here 33% of flora is endemic. Next one, 62% of the amphibian species SPE, CIES. So simply SPS I have written. So species are endemic with the majority occurring in Western Ghats. So where we are finding more number of endemic species means, so 62% of amphibian species we are finding in Western Ghats. Next one, nearly 50% of the lizards. So 50% of the lizards in our India are endemic. Okay, so 50% of the lizards in our India endemic. So with a high degree of endemicity in Western Ghats again. So lizards percentage means if you take 50% again in our India, so high degree of epidemicity. So that also we are finding in Western Ghats. So here 33% of flora is endemic, 62% of the amphibian species endemic in and there. So majority of the occurring, so in Western Ghats we are finding likewise nearly 50% of the lizards, nearly 50% of the lizards in our India again high degree of epidemicity in Western Ghats. So likewise some more information. So next one, India is a center of crop diversity. So India is a center of crop diversity, homeland. So homeland of 167 cultivated species. So this entire information actually not given in our NCERT textbook, but by referring another book I have given this entire information. Try to save this information in your mind. Now what is the point? India is a center of crop diversity. Center of crop diversity means a homeland for 167 cultivated species, 167 cultivated species, and 320 wildlife wild relatives of crop plants. This number you try to save very well. So in India is a center of crop diversity, homeland of 167 cultivated species. 167 cultivated species are there in our India, and 320 wild relatives, all wild relatives of crop plants are there in our India. So likewise, so on our India we will be considering as homeland for or homeland of crop diversity there. Cultivated species 167 are there, and wild relatives crop plants 320 types are there. So this entire information, so koncham important, it's a very very important, so try to save in your mind. Next one, patterns of biodiversity concern. So patterns of biodiversity. So this explanation is a public examination point of view as well as NEET examination point of view also important. So there, so first one actually, so in another books they have given endemism. So endemism means here already I have given endemism is nothing but suppose if any kind of organisms or the species or so restricted to any kind of organisms or restricted to particular area and which are not present in another particular region. So we will be calling as endemic species. That particular phenomenon we are calling as endemism. Now the latitudinal, first one is latitudinal gradient. Latitudinal gradient. So here what are the points to be understood? Means biodiversity is not evenly distributed on the earth. So that's we know very well. So biodiversity is not evenly distributed on the earth, okay. So it is richer in tropical and subtropical regions. So it is richer in tropical as well as subtropical regions. So don't forget this one. So means here this biodiversity is not evenly distributed on the earth, means definitely biodiversity will varies, or the distribution of the living organisms, distribution of the or the life of the living organisms definitely varies on the earth. Okay, so now it is richer. So where we can find more amount of the or more diversity, so we can be seen means it is richer in tropical regions. So why here biodiversity is more tropical in or why biodiversity is more or rich in the tropical levels means because of the more sunlight. So because of the more sunlight, so definitely if sunlight availability is more, definitely productivity will be more. So means, so definitely because of the more sunlight, so plants performs the process of photosynthesis is more. So thereby, so when process of photosynthesis is more, productivity will be more. When productivity is more, definitely, so dependence will be more. So means here suppose if the plants are there, suppose if the more number of plants are there means definitely, so dependence means here which one. So definitely dependence will be more. So means dependence are nothing but herbivores as well as consumers number will be more. So that's why, so when sunlight availability is more here in a tropical level, definitely biodiversity will be in richer. So rich in conditions. Next one, not only in tropical levels, so more amount of the biodiversity or more diversity we can be seen in subtropical regions also. Subtropical regions also definitely so contributes more amount of biodiversity. So as one approaches polar regions, one finds fewer species. So here definitely, so polar regions, so definitely there very fewer number of species we are finding. So why? Because there due to the cold conditions or like unfavorable conditions, so definitely we can find very fewer number of species in polar regions. Next one, flora and fauna vary depending on the climate and altitude, soils and occurrence of other species. Now you see, try to understand this point. Flora and fauna vary means definitely differences will be there depending on the climatic conditions, depending on the climate conditions and altitude. Okay, now here the flora and fauna vary depending on the climatic conditions and altitude and the soil and some kind of other species, means occurrence of other species also sometimes regulates the availability of flora as well as fauna. So now here a few more points. What are the points now we are learning now? Species richness definitely increases from the high altitudes to low altitudes. Now here this point is important, so try to save this point in your mind. So that point is species richness definitely increases from high altitudes to the low altitudes. So definitely, so species richness increases from the high altitudes to low altitudes. Now in a general species diversity, so in a general species diversity decreases as we move away from the equator towards the poles. So with very few exceptions. So here what is the information we are studying now? First point. So species richness definitely increased, or species richness definitely increases from the high altitudes to low altitudes. Next one more point. What is the point? In general species diversity decreases. In general, species diversity decreases as we move away from the equator to polar regions. So when we are moving from the polar regions to or when we are moving from the equator to polar regions, definitely so species diversity decreases, or the availability of this species decreases. So this point that's we know very well. So that's why we have learned before, in polar regions or in poles very fewer number of species are present. Here we have seen now. So that is information which brings the same meaning. So but with few exceptions, or with few exceptions. So now let us see one by one. So that is tropics. So these are 4 points here, 4 or 5 points comes. So all points are important. Now tropics. So latitudinal range is 23.5 north to 23.5 south. One more time you try to take tropics. Latitudinal range is 23.5 north to 23.5 south. Harbor, so definitely having more number of species than the temperate region as well as polar region. So now try to understand this point very clearly. In tropic regions, in tropics, so this tropics range from where to where we are taking. In latitudinal range we are taking from 23.5 north to 23.5 south. So that one we are taking. So this particular region contributes more number of species than temperate regions as well as polar regions. Next one, second one you see Colombia located near equator. So this particular Colombia is located near to the equator, definitely has nearly 1400 species of birds. So definitely this particular Colombia is located near to the equator, and this particular Colombia has 1400 species of birds. 1400 species of birds. Next one, New York. So this location is 41 degrees of north. So here the degree is, this dot degree is, so 41 degrees of north has 105 species. of birds. Species birds here I didn't write, but you can understand. So here the completely we are discussing related to the birds information only. So in New York, this particular New York is located at 41 degrees of north. So contributes or the consisting of 105 species of birds. Next one, Greenland, fourth one, but here I didn't give a number to this. So this one, Greenland concerned. So this particular Greenland is present at 71 degrees of north, only consists of 56 species. 56 species. One more time, Greenland present at 71 degrees of north, contributes 56 species of birds. Next one, our India concerned, so has more than 1200 species, more than 1200 number of species of birds we will be having. So likewise there are some kind of some amount of important points we are discussing. So first one is tropics concerned, so that is present at the 23.5 north to 23.5 south. So there definitely so contributes more number of species than the temperate region as well as polar regions. Next one, Colombia, which is present near to the equator, definitely consists of 1400 species of birds. Next one, New York concerned, this New York is located at 41 degrees of north, so definitely consists of 105 species of birds. Next one, Greenland, it is present at 71 degrees of north, consists of 56 species of birds. Next one, India, definitely consists of more than 1200 species of birds. So likewise this is a somewhat information that we have to learn under latitudinal gradients. Now in latitudinal gradients or in patterns of diversity, there continuation information, that is this: a forest in a tropical region like equator has up to 10 times as many species of vascular plants as a forest of equal area in temperate regions like Midwest of America. So now here what is the point here I have given now? A forest in a tropical regions like equator has up to 10 times so as many species of vascular plants. Suppose as a forest is equal area in a temperate regions like Midwest of USA. Suppose here what is information now? So tropical regions, suppose if you take so tropical region, definitely that will be having so more number of species of vascular bundles. So when compared to the temperate region which is present in Midwest area or Midwest of America. So now here next interesting points are Amazonian rainforest is present in South America as great biodiversity. Don't forget this one, very important for NEET examinations. So suppose if you take Amazonian rainforest, what is the importance of this one now? So this Amazonian rainforest is present in South America, so definitely has greater biodiversity. So in this particular case there somewhat information they have given, so that information I have mentioned like this. So there so let me explain this information. So it is a home for 40,000 plants and 3,000 of fishes and 13,000 of birds and 427 mammals and again 427 of amphibians and 378 reptiles and more than 1,25,000 of invertebrates. So likewise, suppose if you read this entire information like numbers, so definitely we will be irritated. So that's why I have given somewhat clue, that is PFBMAR. One more time, clue is PFBMAR. One more time, PFBMAR. There 40,000 of plants, 3,000 of which one? Fishes, and 1300 of birds, and M means mammals 427. Next one A, which one A? Amphibians of 427. Next one or reptiles 378. Likewise plants, fishes, birds, mammals, next one amphibians, next one reptiles. Likewise a small clue I have given, PFB MAR. Next one, invertebrates concerned. Invertebrate also you can add here I. PFB MAR I. At the time no, invertebrates number will be 1 lakh 1.25,000. So means 1,25,000 number of invertebrates we can be seen. So means, so in continuation of latitudinal gradient there. So first point, what is the point here we are understanding? Suppose if you are taking one tropical region, suppose if any tropical region, suppose if you are taking no, so there when compared to the temperate region, this tropical region definitely having so more number of vascular plants. So how many times? So approximately 10 times greater than the temperate regions. Means here what is the point I am going to give you is tropical region only, for example equator consists of more number of species than the temperate regions. So examples also they have given. Temperate region example we can be taken Midwest of America. Next one, for tropical regions example like Ecuador. So this point you don't forget, important. Next one, Amazonian rainforest definitely consists of more number of species diversity. So this one also is important. Now, so here why sir here this kind of differences, why we are finding more number of species in a tropical and why we are finding less number of species or very few number of species in temperate regions. So what are the main important points? Means here I have mentioned few different types of points. So these points are sole information for the entire biodiversity and conservation topic. So in this particular case, what is the information we can be taken now? Unlike temperate regions which are subjected to frequent glaciations in the past. So it means here what is the point here we can understand these temperate regions which are subjected to frequent glaciers in the past. So definitely, so these temperate regions are having facing some kind of frequent problems. Means suppose if the land is completely filled with any kind of snow or any kind of like snow things at the time. So definitely this particular temperate regions will not be facilitated or will not be contributes the more number of species diversity. But here the tropical latitudes, suppose if you see these tropical latitudes have remained stable for millions of years. But here if you take these tropical levels, definitely will not be having any kind of problematic conditions, definitely will be very stable. So because of the more stableness in a tropical lands so contributes more number of species diversity. Next one, hence, so now here the clearly I have mentioned, hence so species evolutionarily so diversified for long time. So when these tropical latitudes remained as stable, so automatically because of the more stableness, so here we are finding hence species evolutionarily diversified for long time. So definitely we will be finding more diversity as well as more evolution. So that one, more evolution as well as more biodiversity we are finding because of the more stable communities, because of the more stable atmospheric conditions we are finding in tropical latitudes. Now here second point, concern. So what is the point they are giving? Tropical environment, unlike temperate environment, is less seasonal and more constant and more predictable. So here what is the point they are asking us to remember. Suppose if you take a tropical environment, when you will take a tropical environment, unlike temperate regions, means these tropical regions will not be changed like temperate regions. So these tropical seasons or these tropical environments are less seasonal. So definitely will be less seasonal and will be more constant and will be more predictable. So when these are all less seasonal and when these are all more constant and when these tropical environment is more predictable, so we can understand, so these tropical environmental conditions facilitates or brings the more suitable conditions for the development of species. That's why, so due to the development of species in tropical levels, so automatically biodiversity also will be more. So this point you try to save this point in your mind clearly. So thereby what is the information we can be seen? constant environment. So when we will be observing constant environment, so definitely promotes the niche. So means here definitely which provides a suitable conditions, for speciation, not only for speciation, for increasing of biodiversity concern. Definitely our knowledge point of view. So what is the point here? We are understanding constant environment. So when the particular constant environmental conditions are there now, so because of the stable environmental conditions or because of the constant environmental conditions, so definitely speciation means the formation or the development of new species also will be more, and this leads to the greater diversity. So definitely if niche promotes the speciation, so means the formation of new organisms or the formation of new plants as well as new organisms or the development of new organisms. So when new organisms are going to be developed in a constant environmental conditions, so definitely leads to the formation or leads to greater diversity. So means, so when environmental conditions are more constant, so it leads to the or it promotes the niche speciation and leads to the greater diversity. So these 2 points are very, very important. Next one more point also is there. That one is more solar energy. So here sunlight availability. So sunlight availability also is more. So due to that, more solar energy is available in the tropics. So already, so we have seen, so when in comparison of tropical levels as well as temperate regions, so in tropical levels only we are observing more availability of the solar energy. So in this particular case, so which contributes to the higher productivity. So already I have given information regarding this one. So when solar energy is availability will be more in tropical levels, definitely contributes so higher productivity. So because of the higher productivity, already I said no. So because of the higher productivity, so definitely, so dependence will be more. Now here you see that solar energy is more. Solar energy is more. Because of the more solar energy, plants performs the more photosynthesis. So when photosynthesis process is taking place more, definitely food materials preparation will be more. So those of food materials preparation only we will be considering as higher productivity. So means when solar energy availability is more in tropical levels, definitely productivity will be more. When productivity is more, dependence will be more. When dependence are more, definitely diversity will be more. Try to understand this point. So not only this one, so water availability also is plenty. So means when this water availability also is in a plenty mode, so definitely what is happening now, so because of these reasons, means when water availability also will be more, so that also contributes the formation of more greater diversity. So these reasons definitely facilitates higher level of biodiversity in tropics. So what are those? Definitely 3 reasons they are giving. What are those? So first one is in comparison of temperate regions with the tropical regions, so definitely these tropical regions, definitely having so more stability. So definitely having more stability than the temperate regions. So because of the more stability in tropical levels, so we are finding more stability or more number of or more greater diversity. Now here what is the thing? Second point, tropical environment. So this tropical environment will not be changed, that will be constant. So means this tropical environment will not be changed like a temperate regions, that will be less seasonal as well as more constant as well as more predictable. So because of this one, means these tropical levels are less seasonal and more constant and predictable. Next one, so when this particular tropical levels consist of constant environmental conditions are there now, because of the more constant environmental conditions, definitely provides the suitable conditions is known as niche. So automatically speciation will be more, definitely leads to the greater diversity. So here all these points means this entire information is one side, and the last point is more important than all points. Solar energy, solar because of the more solar energy. So definitely, so these tropical levels definitely contributes the higher productivity. So when a higher productivity is there because of the autotrophs, so dependence will be more. So definitely, so finally we will be observing greater diversity. So not only this availability of the solar energy, so we are observing one more resource, so that is water. Availability of water is also available in plenty. So when abundant water is present in that particular tropical levels, that also contributes, means this availability of water also one of the reasons for the having of greater diversity in tropical levels. So likewise mainly there are three reasons so that facilitates the higher level of biodiversity in tropics. So okay ma, so now here vascular plants information they have given. Next one here Amazonian rainforest which is present in South Africa information they have given. So their small clue is PFB-MAIR. So plants, fishes, birds, mammals, amphibians and reptiles, and one more is invertebrates. Numbers concerned 40,000, 3,000, 1,300, 427 and one more is 427, 378 and invertebrates number is 1,25,000. So likewise, so in Amazonian rainforest also we are observing greater biodiversity. One and only the point you try to understand in your mind, that is so in comparison of tropical regions as well as temperate regions, so tropical regions only rich with diversity or rich with or consist of greater diversity than the temperate regions. So this is a somewhat information regarding patterns of diversity, so their latitudinal gradient. So still continuation is there, so that is I will give you in the next video. So side heading is species area relationship, don't miss that video, important.